All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to tackle the real reason you overspent. And spoiler alert, it's your own brain. But don't worry, we're going to break down the science-backed systems you can use to stop it from happening for good. So let me ask you a question straight up. Is your brain tricking you into overspending? For most of us, the answer is a surprising and definite yes. See, our brains are wired with all these little shortcuts and biases that, in our modern world of one-click buys and invisible money, well, they often lead us straight into debt. But today, we're going to build a system to outsmart them. Okay, this right here, this is probably the most important idea we're going to cover. So many of us try to fight overspending with willpower. But willpower is like a muscle. It gets tired, it burns out, it eventually runs out. A smart system, on the other hand, just runs on autopilot. The hacks we're about to discuss work with your brain's psychology, not against it. And that's the whole secret. So, our first hack is all about fighting that mindless dopamine loop of digital spending. We're going to do it by making money feel like, well, like money again. Tangible, physical, and real. Here's the cool science behind this. When you physically hand over actual cash, your brain registers a mild pain response. Now, it's not actually painful, of course. It's more like a little ping of awareness, a natural break on spending that is completely lost when you just tap a card or a phone. That's just too easy. It's frictionless. And putting this into practice is incredibly simple. First, pick your 3 biggest danger zones for impulse buys. You know, things like dining out, shopping, or entertainment. Then you put your monthly budget for each of those into a separate envelope, in cash. And the final crucial step, when the cash is gone from an envelope, you stop spending in that category. That's it, no exceptions. And the results? They really do speak for themselves. People who switch to cash for these high temptation categories consistently spend 20 to 30% less. And the best part is, they don't do it by feeling deprived. They do it simply by being more mindful of the actual transaction. Now, hack number 2 builds on that idea of mindfulness. It's all about deliberately engineering a pause, a little bit of breathing room, between the impulse to buy and the actual purchase. It's about giving your logical brain a fighting chance to weigh in. You can think of it like this. In the race to your wallet, your emotional brain, the one that yells, "I want that now," it gets a massive head start. What we need to do is create friction. Friction is like a little speed bump. It slows down the whole process just enough for your logical brain to finally arrive and ask, hey, wait a second, do we really need this? And here are 4 incredibly easy ways to engineer that helpful friction. Having to actually get up and find your wallet to type in a credit card number, that's friction. Having to log back into your shopping apps every single time, yep, that's friction. Even seeing a simple sticky note in your wallet can force that crucial little micro pause. And just look at the sheer impact of this simple idea. Research shows that just removing your saved payment information can slash online impulse buys by a staggering 40%. That is a tiny change for a massive impact on your bottom line. Okay, so that handles the small impulse buys. But what about the bigger stuff? For any non-essential purchase over, say, $30, it is time to deploy one of the most powerful tools out there, the 48-hour rule. The process could not be simpler. You see something you want. Instead of buying it, you just document it. Take a photo or a screenshot. Then you walk away. You leave the store, you close the app. And if, after 2 full days, you still genuinely want it and you've had time to think about it, then you can go back and buy it with confidence. And the results are just incredible. That initial, intense, gotta-have-it desire for 70 to 80% of those items, it just evaporates within 48 hours. The source material estimates this one rule alone could save you an average of $1,800 a year. That's a vacation, a big chunk of debt paid off, or a serious boost to your investments. All right, our final hack tackles the sneakiest spending trap of them all. It's the chain reaction, where one purchase unintentionally leads to another and then another. This is actually known as the Diderot effect. Awareness is your greatest weapon here. Before you buy any new item, you need to ask yourself this one critical question. By asking what comes next, you reveal the hidden financial commitment that tags along with almost every single purchase we make. The key is to trace this chain before you buy to find the item's true cost. So you see those new sneakers, they aren't just $120. They lead to new socks, which then leads to a new outfit. Suddenly, your $120 purchase has actually cost you $230. Now, a second powerful defense against this is a really simple rule, the one in, one out rule. It forces you to consider the cost in terms of space and what you're willing to give up. This naturally slows down your buying, because getting something new now comes with the small but significant chore of decluttering. So, we've covered 3 powerful individual hacks. Now, let's put them all together into a simple action plan you can start using today. This chart lays out the complete strategy. As you can see, this isn't just a random collection of tips. Each tool is a targeted, science-backed solution for a specific psychological trap that trips us all up. This is your new 4-step spending system. It's clear, it's actionable, and it's designed to work with your brain, not against it. It puts your logical mind right back in the driver's seat. So what's the payoff? Well, by putting these psychological tools to work, the average person can realistically expect to save between $3,000 and $5,000 every single year. Just think about what you could do with that kind of money. And ultimately, this is why this all matters. This isn't about restriction or deprivation, it's about empowerment. It's about spending less on the things you don't really care about, so you have so much more for the things you truly value. So you have the tools now. What's the first goal you're going to fund with the money you save?